Most people will never truly understand chord progressions because nobody ever showed them how chords actually connect. You can spend years learning songs, memorizing patterns, watching tutorials, and still feel like you're guessing every time you sit down at the piano. I've taught thousands of students, and the ones who finally crack chord progressions all learn the same stupid easy tricks. And once you know these tricks, you won't just know 1 or 2 progressions, you'll be able to play hundreds of them. Create your own and finally feel free at the piano. By the way, I also put together a free cheat sheet with 4 chord progressions you can practice and play today, even as a beginner. The link is in the description below. Trick number 1 is the numbers trick. I'm going to back this all the way up so you can fully understand how this works. In music, we have a total of 24 keys, 12 major and 12 minor. Each key essentially represents a specific musical scale. For example, let's take C major. Its scale is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. In another key like G major, the scale would be G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So when we say a song is in the key of G, that means the song is mostly playing the notes in the G major scale. Or when we say a song is in the key of C, it mostly uses the notes in the C major scale. Now let's talk about why scales are the way they are. Scales are organized into patterns. All major scales have a certain pattern, and all minor scales have a certain pattern. To understand those patterns, you need to know what a half step is and what a whole step is. A half step is when you go from one key to the very next key. A whole step is basically 2 half steps. It's the distance of skipping one key in between 2 notes. So it's basically like this. There's one note in the middle. So now we can talk about the major scale pattern. The major scale follows a specific pattern of whole steps and half steps. The pattern is whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. So let me show you that with C major. We start on C, and then I say whole, whole. You can see my half step. Half, whole, 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 half. And now with D major, as another example, it would go like this. Say D, whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. If you've ever wondered why some keys have black keys and some keys don't, this is why. We have to follow that pattern. Now that we understand scales, we can talk about how chords are built. Each note in the scale can be used to create a chord by stacking other notes on top of it. These chords are called triads. To play a triad, you play every other note. So from the C major scale, the first note is C. We skip D, take E, skip F, and then go to G. So the triad for the first note in the C major scale is C, E, G. Let me show you the same thing starting on D. So the next triad in the key of C major would be D, D, F, A, E, G, B, F, A, C, G, B, D, A, C, E, B, D, F, and then back to C. So now we know all the chords we can use in the key of C major. Here's where the number system comes in. Instead of using chord names like C or D, we use numbers based on their position in the scale. The triad built on the first note, C, E, G, is the 1 chord. The triad built on the second note, D, F, A, is the 2 chord, and so on all the way to 7. Now you might be wondering, why are some of those numbers uppercase and some are lowercase? Uppercase means the chord is major, and lowercase means the chord is minor. And if you see a little circle next to a number, that means it's diminished. If you're not sure what major, minor, and diminished mean, I have a whole video on that. Now here's the magic. If you look at D major and build the chords the same way, even though the notes are completely different, the order of major and minor chords is identical. All major keys have the same order of numbers. The notes change, but the relationships between the chords stay exactly the same. And here's what that means for you. Now you know exactly which chords belong together in any key. That means you can mix up chord progressions however you want. So let's say I want to play in the key of G. I know to find the G major scale, see what notes are sharp or flat. So for G major, there is 1 F sharp. Now I'm going to experiment with the chords in G major. So I might experiment with different progressions like this. So here's the 2-5-1 progression in the key of G major. Or another example, I could mix it up and play 6-4-1-5. And that's how this would sound in G major. What you can do is now mix different numbers and see how they sound, and they will always sound good together because they all come from the same key. This is how you stop just learning other people's progressions and start creating your own. Okay, trick number 2. Now that you know which chords belong together in a key, here's where it gets really fun. You can take those same chords and move them to any key you want. This is called transposing, and most beginners think it's complicated, but with the number system, it's actually easy. You already know that in C major, your 1, 5, 6, 4 is C, G, A minor, F. Now watch what happens when I move that same progression to G major. In G, your 1 is G, your 5 is D, your 6 is E minor, and your 4 is C. Same numbers, different key, completely different feel. So it will sound like this. And this matters because every key has its own mood and feel. C major feels bright and open, A minor feels more emotional, and D major feels energetic, then G major feels warm. There's no right or wrong, it's just about finding what sounds right to you. So here's what I want you to do. Take any progression, even just 1, 5, 6, 4, and try it in 3 different keys. Just move the starting note and rebuild the same numbers from there. You'll be amazed how different the same progression can sound depending on what key you're in. This is how you start to develop your own sound at the piano. Quick pause before we get to trick number 3. This last trick is all about the most common chord progressions you can start playing today. And I actually wrote them all out for you in a free cheat sheet so you can have them in front of you while you practice. It's called the 4 chord progressions cheat sheet, and the link is in the description. Trick number 3, plug and play. Okay, trick number 3, and this one is my favorite. The first 2 tricks gave you the system and showed you how to move it around. But now I'm going to give you the 4 most common chord progressions in all of music. Ones you can literally sit down and just start playing today. No figuring out which numbers to combine, no experimenting, just plug in the numbers and play. These are the progressions that show up in almost every song you've ever loved. So let's practice all of them in the key of C so you can follow along. The first one is 1, 5, 6, 4. This is the most common progression in all of pop music. You've heard it in Let It Be, Someone Like You, I'm Yours. It's everywhere. In the key of C, that's C, G, A minor, F. The second one is 6, 4, 1, 5. This is the emotional one. Think Adele, Ed Sheeran, any song that gives you the chills. In C, that's A minor, F, C, G. The third one is 1, 4, 5, and you hear it in rock and country. It's the foundation of those genres. It's only 3 chords, but you hear it in thousands of songs. And the fourth one is 1, 6, 4, 5, the timeless one. This is the progression from the 50s that never went away. Stand by Me, Every Breath You Take, Still Everywhere. In C, that's C, A minor, F, G. And here's the thing, these aren't just exercises, these are real progressions that real songs are built on. So the second you learn these four, you can start making actual music. That's the plug and play trick. The system is already built, you just step in and use it. Here's what I want you to take away from this. A week ago, you might have thought chord progressions were something you either got or didn't. Like some people just have a musical brain and some people don't. But now you know that's not true. Chord progressions are a system, and you just learned that system. You know how chords connect, you know how to move them to any key, and you have 4 progressions you can sit down and play right now. You're not someone who doesn't understand chord progressions anymore. You just needed someone to show you how it actually works. If you want all 4 of those popular progressions written out so you can practice them anytime, grab the free 4 chord progressions cheat sheet. The link is in the description. And if you're ready to go deeper with those progressions, watch this video next and play along with the backing tracks. Click it right here and I'll see you there. And if this video helped you, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.